Well, where we've got such a focus on sustainable development, green infrastructure has cropped up front and center and, stolen a lot of the attention. Let's take a look at the status of this kind of industry in South Africa right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the green infrastructure is getting to prominence over the last couple of years, and I think the 2008 Eskom crisis sort of elevated it slightly to actually help us focus more on green and sustainable development. I think, yeah, whether it's that prominent, I think it's not key to a lot of decisions, because I mean there's still cost pressure and those sort of challenges that are facing that the green building environment's facing.
And in trying circumstances, everyone is going to ask just how cheap is it going down this route in the first place?
Look, it's quite costly. I mean, it's not significant, insurmountable cost. I mean, in our case, where we actually got the first green building in South Africa, our cost sort of additional cost was 3.5% on the total of the project, which is not that significant, considering that there is some payback coming back at us in the operating cost later on during the operations of the building. So yeah, so there is some payback.
So it's a more longer-term investment that we're looking at here. What's actually being spent on green business? Is corporate South Africa specifically waking up to this new reality?
I think there's definitely some waking up, and there is a fair amount of spend. I mean, I'm not close to the number of actually how much is spent, and I think what the size of the economy, of the green economy is, but I think there's definitely in the accredited space, the Green Building Council space, there's definitely 4 buildings that's already been accredited from a design rating perspective. There's definitely one accredited from a as-built perspective. There is a fair amount of stock being developed in the market. I mean, I'm quite acutely aware of a number of buildings that's been either being designed or built in construction phases. So there are definitely some awakening to the fact that we need to actually be building more a sustainable environment.
Well, we've got government, with an eye on green building a program and developing that program even further. Just how supportive is policy of this kind of endeavour?
Look, I mean, it's challenging. I think there's some challenges ahead of us, and although government's very supportive and governments are trying to focus quite a bit on refitting some of their own stock that they're owning, I think it is fair. It is challenging. Some of the refit stuff from Eskom perspective poses some of the challenges, but yeah, I think. All in all, I think everyone is trying to actually just spend as much as they can afford.
Let's just delve a little bit into those challenges posed by refit and what exactly the whole saga is that's playing out in that regard.
I think if we get into refit, I mean, refit would enable us to actually use our roof spaces for argument's sake, to actually generate a little bit of to generate power in the peak and off-peak times, and you can actually, what you don't consume yourself, you can pump back into the grid, and those things would help. It would definitely help, although it's not the be-all and end-all of the green building environment. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, that's one of the challenges. What are some of the risks going down this path?
Yeah, look, there's
just in terms of actually going down this path, one would assume that you'd need to have, for example, technical skills and skill to support this kind of industry.
I think one of our big scarce or big challenge for us is scarcity of skills in the facility management environment, because I mean you need obviously good skills to actually maintain and run facilities that can enable putting power back into the grid, or actually to manage some of the technical aspects of some of these buildings.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a fair amount of risk in skills shortages. There's I think I mean the big, I think one of the other big risks is there's already in some cases a bit of a oversupply of office stock. So with the oversupply of office stock, it is a challenge to actually spend more money in developing new green infrastructure or new green buildings, and those things would cause also a bit more of a challenge. Yeah.